ban of the game, and this is our 4th game of the series here. So it is Set, Jinx, Twitch that are banned out, and Amumu and Blitzcrank are they stay, but Freljord, they still don't want to see the Aurelion Soul.
There's something I don't know about this Twitch ban.
Yeah, I think Bez
Bez
has shown a lot of Twitch games in his career.
Okay. Yeah.
So Syndra again, first picked. Lowell looked great on the Syndra in I believe that was game. Was that game 1? Yeah, game 1. So trying to replicate some of the success that he had there. Ahri is the answer, and we get to see the Ahri Syndra matchup. This is something pretty classic, I feel. And then Viego is locked in, so they've got the mixed damage here, AD and AP. Viego more scaling. Traditionally, you might see something like a Vi to go along with the Ahri, but the Viego can do some of the same things to chain the CC and look for the early ganks. Shen and Sejuani are then the answers. Double tank, pretty much. Immediately locked in. And again, we know that this is a flex Shen. We've seen it top once for the Justice. We've seen it support once. So we don't quite know where this is going to go. Cho'Gath is the answer here. Happy to take the Cho'Gath into Shen matchup. And then the second round of bans comes through. So it's supports for the side of Demacia. They get rid of the Nautilus and the Lulu. Basunas look good on both of those champions. They want to force them onto something else. And Jhin and Gnar are banned out on the side of Freljord. It looks like Leona is selected here for Freljord. Gives them another piece of frontline with the Cho'Gath. Nasus is the answer. They're happy. Bell selects to play the Nasus into Cho'Gath matchup. And Xayah, the scaling bot lane, able to get away from a lot of the engage. I like it. It's a nice safe pick. Good wave clear, good safety. Smolder then picked up as the R5 counter for Freljord. So we're seeing 80 carries picked very late in the draft here, Jason. What's your thought process on this, on holding on so late for the bot lane picks? See if Freljord can continue to stave off. They're on the path for the reverse sweep, but Bell, Boxy, Lowell, Inferno, and Chestnut up 2-1 will certainly have something to say about it, as Game 4 of Demacia versus Freljord is underway here, and we go out onto the Rift. It's going to be another 5-point fan, a 5-point defense. We've got some big cat love. Cat for Kobe. Cat for Jason.
Yeah, Porygon love out there as well. Big props to Big Porygon. I love having him
Porygon
here
love
with me.
for
Callie's
Porygon lover.
me. That's right. Porygon lover, my group Iron Man account in RuneScape. Go look me up.
All right, so it is Shen support. Bell with the Ghost teleport top. Anything else really important to note here?
No Coles out of the bot lane this time. I think maybe realizing how aggressive these games have been, decided to try to go for that early power.
And another decision that I don't want to be, again, I don't want to be too judgmental, but I really dislike it when you save 50 gold in order to not get a potion. Like, that could mean the difference between winning and losing the game. And so Empro, with a little bit of a greed here, gonna try and make that 50 gold count. But yeah, I feel like the potion is just so important.
I'm gonna have to put Callie on the ground because she is just trying to climb on top of me. It's ridiculous.
All right, so where should we watch here as we line up? We've talked a lot about mid. I feel like Lowell back on the Syndra Ahri matchup, pretty figured out, pretty traditional. So I don't think that we'll see anything crazy happening. The Leona level 2 could be spicy. Junglers cross mapping this time. Boxy's going to start topside and head towards bot, and Empro the opposite, starting on his bot side camps, heading towards top. Level 2 is hit here for Chestnut and Inferno. Demacia will take advantage of the lane. Nice little rupture here from Duck, able to win that little auto trade, gets the grasp proc. Gonna just walk away nice and happy. All right, we're into game 4. I'm definitely pretty deep into my water bottle here. I've finished my energy drink. Jason, how are you doing on energy? Are you ready for a banger of a game?
Yeah, I'm about 2 or 3 cold ones deep, so I could afford to go get some water after this one. But we're at the game 4, and I'm zoomed out about as far as I can, watching all 3 lanes at once. Good rupture topside from Duck. Uh,
Should I
and
zoom out that far as
it's,
well?
dude, it's kind of fun. The health bars and stuff get all wonky, but it is interesting to be able to see it all happening at once.
All right. Well, you say we see it all happening. I say we don't see anything actually happening. So let's go ahead and zoom back in as there is an engage
Engage
in
off.
onto Chestnut. Chestnut with a taunt through only lands onto Bassoon though. So exhaust is going down the feather root through, and a lot of return damage going onto Bassoon as the one more auto will be enough. Inferno with a flash forward cannot find it. Bassoon getting away with his life and a great escape from Freljord.
Yeah, that exhaust paying dividends. I would usually expect a Leona to be taking Ignite in this situation, but exhaust paying off, saving Bezaboyo for another day.
The Beza,
They're
the
saving
Boyo
them.
himself. Yes, exactly. So again, Empro and Hope looking to perhaps team up here. Empro's on a pretty sneaky little path, and Boxy and Chestnut both roaming. They can smell it in the water. Boxy's just gonna run straight at Hope, try and get this called off. So the Arctic Assault in. Will he be able to actually proc the passive? That he forces the flash out of Hope. Empro is in, but now it's a 3 versus 1, and another flash is forced out. Can he get the passive proc down? There it is, but it's too little, and yeah, he is able to actually get away. So both flashes from Hope and Empro are used for Freljord there, and a really nice roam from Chestnut, but great gank timing from Boxy as well.
Really watching for them to repeat this play. I love this move out from Chestnut. Shen loves to roam out. He's not level 6 quite yet to be able to stand united back to the lane, but Shen loves to take these trades. His ability to block at auto attacks this early in the game makes him so strong in these early skirmishes, and they need to follow up on these early flashes.
Bassoon! Bassoon on the engage here. No flash here. Will just kind of help secure a safe reset for Hope. And Hope does have teleport, so does Lowell. Neither of them have very much mana, so... Ooh, Hope. It didn't get shoved here, so actually going to cancel his recall and stick around. This is kind of crazy. Boxy could look for something here if he runs mid immediately. Not sure what will happen here.
They will be getting level 6 off this creep wave as it dies, but neither one has much mana pool to speak of, so it's really just going to be a neutral state for mid lane, both feeling pretty weak, and both supports feeling weak. Level 3 for now.
Yeah, so Empro, not what you would think about when it comes to early junglers, instantly onto the dragon here, and if he can sneak this, then this will be a really nice play. But it does look like Boxy's on the roam down. Teleport in from Hope. Lowell still no mana, so Lowell needs a reset. So Boxy really is the only thing, but it is going to be spotted out on vision. Will he Arctic Assault in? And it might be a smite fight as it is through, and it's an early smite from Empro as 27 health remaining. Boxy picks it up, he flashes out, but that's a big win so early on as the first dragon. So much time used by Empro, and the investment does not pay off. Ultimate's coming out topside.
Neither one has any mana as everybody in the game runs out. No presence of mind to speak of, apparently. And they have not reset yet. These top laners are staying deep into the lane. They're trying to farm out and make sure they can get ahead. It's a neutral state as this wave is going to be pushed in. We can expect Bell to look for a reset.
Whew, yeah, so both ADs pretty much completely even in farm. Mids about even in farm. Top about even in farm. So
it's the most even game we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean 4 games in, they're really just very comfortable with each other in these teams. Probably know more about each other than we do looking on. So definitely comfy here. Boxy level 6, able to sneak in for the actual lane gank here as the taunt is in onto Bassoon. Will the Glacial Prison come out? It's the Zenith Blade forward from Bassoon. The passive needs to land, and it will be. The stun is out, and Bassoon will go down its first blood landing, but can Hope and Beza do anything about it as the Glacial Prison is down onto Hope? Beza with the Q in, Chestnut barely surviving. The Blade Collar, will it land? Oh, a gorgeous Scatter the Weak! Well, with the timing!
Oh, man. DMJ find 2. It's almost pixel perfect to the timestamp we saw First Blood last match. And it goes wide open 2 for DMJ in razor thin margins.
I think the fact that Boxy held his Glacial Prison for so long and he's able to land it point blank onto Hope as soon as Spirit Rush is used. That was Hope's moment to look to do something. He bought so much time for Inferno and Chestnut.
Kings
And
down, they know
oh,
Impro is stealing these wolves. Impro doing well to take 2 camps away, but now 3 collapse on him and the taunt lands.
yeah, he will die here, and that's Feats of Warfare. It goes over to the Pig. I think you'd rather have that on the
All of a
Xayah,
sudden,
but yeah,
it's
nice.
no kills for 7 minutes and then 3 in 1.
Yeah, yeah.
What is going on? These games blow wide
That's
open.
how these teams play. That's how these teams play. They just wait until 7, and then it all goes down. So, Demacia, though, again, they're
There's
up
something about
2
7
games to
minutes.
1
It
in the
makes Clone
series.
lose his mind, and apparently for DMJ and Freljord
True.
Frost as well.
True. Yeah, so we have to keep in mind, if Freljord lose this game, they are out. So Freljord, this is a must-win game for the Freljord Frost, and Demacia with a nice early lead here. They've got the Dragon, they've got Void Grubs, and they've got a 3-kill lead, and they're up over 1,500 gold at this point. They're looking to kill Duck as the passive comes through. Emperor is here, level 6, the flash, stun in, and Bell, can he turn this? Hope is here though on the roam. It's a 2 versus 3, and Emperor, razor thin margins, is able to actually get out the Wither in the turned form. Boxy can't actually get the return kill, and so it's a double kill as the shutdown, I believe that was, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, these are the kind of play you make when you're on those comfort picks. It is so close, but Impro is finding a way through. 2 kills over to the jungler.
I don't know how that was a shutdown. He was only 1-0, but I think that said shutdown. So yeah, a big place. Let's check the gold advantages now.
100 gold bounty on the Sith-20.
Okay.
So slight advantage, but not a big bounty.
Syndra's got a nice lead mid, small lead for Xayah bot lane, but the jungle advantage for the scaling Viego about 600. So it is still in the favor, in the advantage of the Demacian Justice, but Empro getting going on his Viego here in game 4. And yeah, he had that unlucky dragon play early on. We love to see him bounce back there with that nice little double kill.
Well, looking comfortable on the Syndra in game 4. Hope feeling like he's coming alive later in this series, starting to make more impact on the map with these roams. It was tough for them trying to break open the game, both teams struggling to find that first kill, and now that the kills are flowing, the blood is pooling on the Summoner's Rift.
I mean, Duck has an angle here. Feast is going to come up in about 8 seconds if it's a long rundown, chase down fight. Scatter the Weak lands mid, and that is a flash out from Hope that was absolutely kill range with the Unleashed, the Unleashed
no
power.
Summoner, no Spirit Rush available. Flash has to be forced. Nice play. Boxy could be caught out here as Impro smites away the Scuttle. Nice little pickup for himself. Taunt misses.
Yeah, but I like the play, right? It's a slight
like
little return damage back, but it's constantly keeping the skill check. Again, it's 4 in the morning or something for Beza at the moment. So anytime that you can skill check somebody at 4 in the morning, you're happy to take that 50-50. And Bell using ultimate here, I don't think there's really a kill angle at all. So maybe he's just doing it for the increased healing on the Q. Definitely a questionable use of the skill here.
He's just going for more stacks. He's got no teleport. He can't come to this dragon. He's playing for his lane, getting those extra stacks. There's this dragon secured by Boxy, and he's out over the wall.
Boxy got that
nice
one as well. Oh my goodness! I was looking at the. This is crazy. So that's going to be the feats of strength. They've got the boots upgrade.
DMJ just take it out from under their nose. Great pickup from Boxy. He's had incredible dragon control in this series thus far. Attempted reset going to be canceled. Inferno just barely dodging out the Zenith Blade. He has enough resources to stay relatively happily, but looks like he probably has purchased. Yep, he's sitting on 1,600 gold, 1,700 for Beza, so both AD carries going to be looking for the reset.
Duck is definitely in control of this top side. They're tied in farm, but he's been able to get 2 plates, and he's got a massive health advantage here. So continuing to push in, continuing to try and find any lead that he can. The Unleashed power coming out. Hope has to Spirit Rush out. I mean, he did about 90% of his health bar in the course of a second there. Lowell almost able to find the solo kill. Definitely able to find the advantage in lane. and he's gonna push the Ahri out. That was so much damage, and he doesn't even have an
One more
item
purchase and
completed.
he would have a kill there because he's sitting on 1,800 gold at the moment. But still going to be denying CS. Good play overall.
Alright, so teleport back onto the map from Lowell. And let's get the objective timers up. It looks like Herald's going to be up in about 2 minutes, so a little bit of reset. Chestnut on a roam here, but nothing really to actually look at with no unleashed power from the Syndra. So Beza continuing to scale.
Well, pick up the blue.
Get a look at
Well,
the
pick up the blue buff.
let's get a look at
Pick up.
the stacks on Smolder. Already up to 93 stacks at 13 minutes. So pretty happy here, and the stacks on Nasus already up to 216. Plenty of stacks here for our stacking champion.
It's always curious to me. You like to do this sometimes with the blue trinket, just putting on the side, but it's so easy to clear. Lowell not going to pick up the blue buff, breaking my heart, absolutely. Can't believe he's doing that to me. Impro, pushing forward, does not know that DMJ is on the wings, but nothing to speak of at the moment. He's just getting away with this for free. 4 for 4 on the bot side of the map. As Bell's got to be happy to just free farm topside. He's down slightly in CS, but really nothing to speak of as he's in Nasus just scaling up.
Yeah, a weird moment as Boxy doesn't have jungle caps up, so he has about 15 seconds where he doesn't have anything to do. Emperor's going to look for a play mid here. Boxy might be able to come back and answer this.
Yeah, both teams moving to answer the play.
So 99 stacks for the Smolder, 237 for the Nasus. Something that we won't be able to check consistently.
No man
but
top side. He needs to reset if he wants to pressure Bell. But Bell, as long as he's got some mana for Q, he's happy to just sit up here in the top side.
Lowell able to find a Scatter the Weak, and that means that if he's able to do that one more time, that will be a kill. And so Hope has to clear the wave. He's going to look to try and get some type of regeneration here. He's going to go pick up
Perhaps
this red
for
buff.
a lane swap as Lowell walks down to the bot side.
Alright, so let's see what happens here as the upgraded boots are beginning to come in. It's actually a Knight's Vow Rush for the Shen support. Kind of an interesting itemization here, but the Scatter the Weak lands the Cleanse out from Beza to try and avoid any further lasting damage coming through. But
I like the sneaky play out of the well, trying for the assassination, but he does reveal himself, and Freljord Frost's immediate answer is to aggress onto this Herald. They start playing the vision.
No teleport here, and Beza will be on the reset. I don't expect Beza here, but I don't think Lowell will come to this fight either. So Freljord starts the objective, and Demacia might just call for out. Looks like they don't want to take this fight. They just want to scale.
Side of the map.
I mean, with Nasus, I don't think it's a bad idea to just kind of call off of it, but they did kind of rotate all their champions up in order to just walk away from that. So pings now from Demacia onto the dragon, and if they can get that dragon, that dragon stacking going, 30 seconds on third dragon here.
Yep, those feats still up in the, the feats have already been secured. But this dragon stacking would put them at soul point. It's always powerful.
Emperor has to flash out. The Wither down. I'm not sure if it was really necessary, but he does stay healthy here. Looks like Dragon will, turret will go down. Nice play here from Bassoon and Beza to find the opportunity as the Stand United comes through. It's the double taunt across. Boxy will come in, and that is one down, but Hope the teleport in. A nice Scatter the Weak landing. Bassoon has to try and find a way out. The Charm does land, but he doesn't actually land the damage. And so it's just Beza going down.
Bell. So we're going to have to rotate somebody over the top to answer Duck, but we have the Nasus available to support this dragon. That's right, DMJ on the backside of the fight start the dragon. Impro is over here finishing his blue buff, but DMJ have Inferno who could rotate over from mid. Impro looking at the play now. Gonna see how DMJ needs to rotate over. They have people in mid and bot lane. They're walking now.
Yeah, watch Hope on the side. The Charm would be big here. There's no ultimate here. The taunt in, straight in onto Emperor. Burnt down while there's still more than 5,000 health on the objective. That should be a clean secure, and this will be third dragon going over to the Demacia Injustice. Only a 400 gold lead, very small gold lead, but they've got this constant condition that those three dragons are not going to go away, and in only 5 minutes they're going to have a chance at soul.
Yep, 119 stacks now, 17 minutes into the game on the Smolder. But we have this nice tempo, 318 stacks on the Nasus. He's achieving a nice tempo, scaling into this game. Trying to build towards the Trinity Force now. Should have it on this reset as Duck goes for an engage, but this should start to approach being the Nasus breakpoint. Duck is a tanky man, just standing and fighting as we have an engage brewing in the mid lane.
Yeah, Chestnut able to land the taunt in onto Bassoon, but they get the Mom back across as the Solar Flare comes down. It separates the front and the back line. Chestnut very low here, but Hope and Beza not able to actually find the kills as this dragon isn't fully evolved yet. So just now getting that tier 2. He is up to 131 stacks now, so getting past 125, able to hit the next evolution of his Q. But he's still... I'd say he's a teenager. He's not a fully grown dragon yet. He's not the baby that he is in lane, but he's certainly not the end game Elder Dragon yet either.
Yep, still needs a lot of help from Mom as we enter a lull state for a moment. Jags, go ahead and take a sip. We've got a second before the next play happens. We've got about a 600 gold lead for DMJ, but it does not feel like much of an advantage overall. It's been blow for blow. It's 5-2 on the scoreboard. But I feel like Freljord Frost have been terrifying with this Viego Ari combination. And Duck is not scared remotely of Bell, but Bell has been happily picking up stacks.
Yeah, Whisper here. Sorry, not the Whisper, the...
Forget Whisper, as Bell looking for the engage. He's picked up his Trinity Force on the reset. He's got his boots 2.5.
Duck has to flash out. I don't think he gets out of this, though. One more Q will be enough to taunt in, and Chestnut comes in for the kill secure as Demacia lands a nice kill here in the side lane.
At the end of the play, Knight's Vow placed down on the Ballistic. He said, I've got a win condition.
Empro and Hope the charm
nice
into
charm.
the follow-up CC, and a big shutdown play here. It was a 1-0 shutdown, so not a ton of gold, but a nice side map play. So they lose something bot side, but they get something back top side. And Freljord Frost punch and counter punch here. That's what the name of the game. Demacia up about 1,000 gold and 3 dragons. Freljord has to find angles. They absolutely need Viego and Smolder to continue to scale if they have any chance of winning this game.
Yep, that's right. Viego has been the key to finding all of their plays. Look at him sitting on 3 kills so far. It's 6-3 on the scoreboard. Empro is the lifeline this team needs until Beza comes online. And Beza's working his way towards that goal, but it's still going to take at least another couple minutes. He's sitting at 152 stacks. The Nasus has been chasing that 20 stacks per minute benchmark, but sitting just under it for now. Definitely scaling well.
It's Wither, not Whisper, but yeah, you knew what I meant. So we do see the Vision game being placed here. It is a topside Otacon this time, and so they want to get this fight done and dusted with before the Dragon comes up. This Soul fight in a minute 30 is a really big deal. So yeah, I think this next fight over the next 90 seconds will be game changer as the Wither goes down onto Duck, and Duck might be in more trouble here. He does have Feast this time, is able to land the Rupture.
Empro is on the walk over. There's no ward to spot him out.
Power.
Nice unlimited.
Yeah, so Empro here. Will they land the chain CC? It's another stun, and Empro, I believe that was a flash out. Empro is so afraid of going down. He almost drops, but they pick up the kill in a 2v1. They needed every bit of damage from both of them, and Nasus will drop here, despite being 0-2-1, absolutely game warping on the Nasus.
Did you know that if Empro manages to last hit stuff with his Q as the Nasus, he builds his own set of Q stacks that persist after the next time he picks up that soul.
I did not know that. That's...
Yeah, if you click on him when he's Nasus after picking it up, he has 0 stacks. It's Dragon spawning in the next minute. DMJ are going to be first over to the area. They've got the Stand United up for Chestnut to move over to the side of the map, but Lowell is likely going to run into Empro as he is on the warpath over to the side of the map, leading his team 4-2-0 on the Viego.
Freljord need to find a pick or a fight before this, because if they get pulled apart on these objectives, a nice charm here onto Boxy. That's a nice way to start it off. But if they commit too many bot side, Demacia can just go and take Otacon. And so we'll see what happens here. Chestnut just missing the taunt in. The charm just missing. Lowell finding a ton of damage as they engage onto Empro over the wall. And Empro will go down. Bassoon trying to find something as the Solar Flare lands onto Inferno. But forward go the Justice. Lowell and Inferno trying to do what they can. Duck is pretty huge though. He is able to land a feast. And that's already Nasus down. As the double taunt onto the backline. Yeah, he finds 2. That's Bassoon down. On the back, a nice rupture from 2. Beza and Hope, the damage dealer, still alive. They have their way in. Inferno doing what he can, outputting the damage. It's 2-1 so far. One more charm will miss as Hope, but it's the taunt the wrong way. Potentially a misclick as the Achu comes out. Boxy finding a way in. Lowell trying to do what he can. Duck very low at this point. Inferno dodging out of the rupture with a nice flash there, and so they will disengage as a 1-for-1. I think Demacia will pick up their soul here. At the end of the day, it's 2 for 2 in kills, but Demacia holding strong, razor thin margins, and they're tied in gold.
Razor thin margins has been the name of the game. As the end of the fight comes down, there is a numbers advantage for DMJ, so they have that Sejuani to help keep a barrier for themselves. Info looking for the kill on a Simon.
Yeah, and able to get the flash out here. A good use of the tempo, but also good use of the flash for Lowell to get out. Pretty important that he doesn't die there. So, a little bit of stabilization, but I think we're going to go right back to fighting. Boxy is showing bot, and this means that they could commit a large number of Freljord players topside for the Otacon. They do have Feast, and they do have Smite, so yeah, we'll see what happens here. But another soul picked up in this series for the Demacian Justice.
Yeah, DMJ, masterful control over these dragons, making sure to be there early and consistent. Finding a lot of success around that objective.
Okay, so things stabilizing a little bit. You know how junglers be jungling. They go back to their camps. Boxy's got a full clear ahead of him. And we can talk about itemization maybe for a second here. Let's look at stacks. Do a little quick stack check. 215. So Beza is about to hit that 225 mark.
447.
447. That's a little low at 24 minutes, almost 25 minutes. So
yeah, we had a bit of chain fighting for a moment there. As Bell also finding himself caught out by Impro a couple times in a row. Nice ganks from him. Impro definitely feels like he's leading the team in this game 4.
Yeah, and much less blood being shed in Game 4. Only 8-6, 25 minutes in. Lowell is on a bit of a flank, but Empro spots him out, and he will find the stun early. Massive chain CC landing, and Lowell, he went for the sneaky play. He will pay the price as Lowell goes down. And what can Freljord find with this big momentum?
Yeah, great punish from Freljord Frost. Lowell trying to find the flank, but no dice. And this Shen that has looked so healthy for DMJ is really not finding the impact that they're looking for in this game 4. He's finding some good stand Uniteds, but the taunts aren't connecting. Perhaps, game 4, a little bit of stress getting to Chestnut. But that's what we've mentioned before, that these best of 5s are going to be tough. Engage down on a Boxy. 2, looking for the chase, flash away.
We get a subscription coming in. Hopefully you're enjoying the playoff game here. Freljord with their backs against the wall, trying to find a way. Demacia and Justice, they've got the kill lead, they've got the soul, but they're down in gold. Can Freljord find a way to win Game 4 and push us to a Game 5 to even earn themselves a chance to actually win this series? A nice rupture here. It does land onto Bell. Bell potentially stuck out here as Empro and Bassoon. Boxy, will he have to Glacial Prism? It's going to be an exhaust going down. Bell might just be in a lot of trouble. Teleport in from Hope. They're trying to turn this, but Bell is already dead. It's a triple taunt from Chestnut, but he's gone in too far, and the Shen will drop. It's a pickup from Smolder here, so 2 kills over to the Freljord Frost. And honestly, with 5-3, they've committed a lot top. This might be Baron, it might be Otacon. I think they get their pick of the objective.
Yep, I think it's a definitive advantage state for themselves. Boxy is still available for the smite. Simon has a lot of the power. The carries are here. And a nice scout of the week will land on a Bassoon. He's dropped to half HP.
Yeah, Bassoon is in. They land the charm. They should turn to take this fight. Bassoon flashes out. He does play his life very well. The objective is very low. Boxy is in onto the pit, though. A really nice, and it's a steal! Boxy, when it matters most, when his team, his back's against the wall for the first time, and Lowell picks up one more. He will drop as Freljord pushes in. but it's a 2 for 2 on the backside of this fight, and a huge momentum steal for Boxy. He's coming
And against
up
Impro,
big.
this Ocean's 11 of last season, Impro, I believe, with 7 smite steals last season, and Boxy shuts him down. Baron over to DMJ in a huge save.
Yep, and there's the Blade Collar in onto Emperor, so a lot of damage coming out of the Zaya at this point, and nice wave clear from the Zaya as well, something we talked about in the pick ban. So able to actually protect against the siege here. Plus the fact that they've got Baron doesn't hurt. So I believe, let's check stacks at the moment. So 8 on the Cho'Gath, 501 onto the Nasus, and 253 onto the Smolder here. We've got Elder Dragon coming up in a minute 15, 75 seconds before these teams brawl it out for one of the most powerful objectives in the game. Otacon is still up, by the way, 28 minutes, so I don't think that we'll see a trade of objectives, but there's always the chance that we just see, some Otacon fights go down. 007 here for Hope as James Bond is making an appearance in the mid lane.
2-level advantage on the AD carry for Inferno. I think Beza just peaking over level 14, so great showing from Inferno on the Zaya thus far this game. 0 kills, 007 for Hope. He's had a great showing, but not able to pick up any of this gold. It's really just been funneled mostly on Impro, and now slightly more onto Beza as he's picked up the Elder Dragon. He's going to start picking up these executes.
Yeah, and we can see where the vision is. They've got this nice, they definitely have river control, do Freljord, but I'm not sure if they, are going to be willing to push past that, as Bell is left alone topside, so he will collect one tower there, some more gold, trying to even out the gold for the team. It's within 1,000. It's basically been within 1,000 gold the entire game. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see that. But this fight here could be the one that breaks it open. Bassoon, nice little sweeper here, finds one of these deep wards in. But there is a sneaky hidden ward here in the back of the pit. So good vision here. Teleport in from Duck, and it looks like they're going to try and commit. Bell does have teleport as well, but he's not here for the fight. Duck looking a nice scatter of the week from Lowell over the wall. But all of Freljord is grouped up here. Bell is about to be here. And this will be a big 5 versus 5 rumble. Chestnut is going to look for a flank here. I don't mind this play, but he could end up being pinched off. Duck has a lot to do as the front line. Bassoon is really the only consistent engagement that they can find.
Either team wants to really start this Elder Dragon. They know how dangerous this is. The game could teeter-totter in either direction. 500 gold right now between the two as Bell takes some damage in the mid lane, dropped to near half. But he's just going to try to continue stacking.
Big charm from Hope. That's going to actually create a sizable pressure advantage. But the Scatter of the Weak, the unleashed power, and that is Flash Spirit Rush down. So
Look at the healing out of Bell, too. This Ocean Soul with the lifesteal. Nasus is back up to full HP. Great pressure down out of the well. He has been fantastic.
Hope teleporting in, but it's into mid lane. They don't have their mid lane here for this fight. We have to watch Emperor on the backside as they go in onto Beza. Beza will flash out over the wall. They commit so much down here. Emperor now separated from his team. Watch as the Mom comes across. It's a complete whiff, though. Chestnut separated from his team. Will Blast coming out as the charm misses. It's a flash from Lowell. He didn't want to be hit with the Achu. The Elder Dragon is procced. It's in onto Shen. Nobody dead.
Bell's
nobody down.
Mid.
Everybody up from both teams.
Bell's just farming stacks mid.
I kind of like it. All right, so
that's the Nasus move as he pushes. He's even pushing down the tower, but there's 5 available from Freljord Frost. They see him there. They could look for the rotate. Emperor is there.
Yeah, Emperor will look for something.
Caught and separated.
He gets the tower though, and Duck and Hope stunned out here on the side. So Bell able to walk away, and the stun passive from Sejuani is procced. They're able to clear out some more vision. Demacia playing well. They're able to really position in this 4 versus 5 very well. Really playing the split pressure well. Emperor still very healthy, and that's where a lot of their damage is going to come. Remember, he has so many kills, 10 to 11 in kills. Very
coming
close
up
at
in
this
10
point.
seconds. Nasus continuing to farm on the side lane. He's getting separated off from his team. Hope and Emperor are looking to push for him, but Bell's plan is just to continue to run out.
Now, Demacia,
they just don't want to start the dragon.
Will they commit to the dragon? They kind of want to look for some type of actual pick here. They're not able to actually find anything. Scatter of the Weak lands on
They
Emperor.
are playing with their food. This Ocean Soul
that's a
plays
flash
into their
out
fight.
from Bassoon. Yeah, both teams sizing each other up here. A Rupture down onto Inferno. They find more damage. Bassoon with his second ultimate of the fight, and Beza with his second ultimate of the fight, but they are stuck in a pinch here as the Glacial Prism again just misses the carry, and this fight is so long that we're seeing the second rotation of ultimates from either team come out. Beza and Hope now playing together. The Charm instantly in, and Chestnut, as he taunts forward, hit in the face with the Charm. Empro dashing in, a really nice Feather Storm. Is able to buy some space. Bell here on the side trying to find something. The Arctic Assault in, but the ultimate from Empro down onto Bell. It's a double kill, and it's 2 down already. Bassoon with the Zenith Blade in. It's a shutdown as Freljord find 3. They go onto the well. They find 4. They're trying to find Boxy's the last one remaining. He gets a double kill. He's fighting back to Sejuani, doing what he can, but the Freljord Frost will win the fight. They get the ace, and they push in onto the objective and onto the Elder Dragon.
Elder Dragon's going to Freljord Frost here. That Ocean Soul was doing, I think, the most work I've ever seen in the LCC. The Ocean Soul was absolutely buoying DMJ's experience throughout that entire engagement. And then the Charm intercepts Chestnut. He doesn't miss, but he does get interrupted. And I think that turns around the whole play for Freljord Frost. It was so patient from both sides. And there was a stacking Masses really just pushing them, pulling them back and forth. And Freljord Frost comes away with the win. So, I cannot believe the play lasted that long. The Ocean Soul was insane, but then they win the play. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, they're in the all chat right now saying the cast is gonna love that. Can they please just freaking fight or push a wave? And yeah, you're right, but they were pushing the wave. Bell was getting the better of the whole situation. It was 9 people doing nothing while Bell farmed Q stacks.
Alright, I hope I did that fight justice with the cast. Thank you for buying me some time to actually take a breath afterwards. But Freljord,
yeah, but they're
using the advantage, I mean,
now.
This is exactly what you want to do.
Take a look at our vision
when you
control
have it.
here. Not a lot available for either side, but Bassoon getting some rudimentary vision down as 4 move over from DMJ. Nasus in the bot side, he has teleport available, but it's half HP on the Baron.
Yeah, Chestnut over the wall trying to find a way in, but a nice solar flare over onto Llewell, and if Llewell goes down, so will the Justice. Already he drops, but they find one back. Inferno trying to find a way in. Bassoon dropping, it's a double kill already, and Beza is here, but Hope has teleported out. He finds another Blade Caller in onto Duck, and look at this front-to-back team fight. It is landing beautifully. The Elder Dragon, huge. Hope with its insane play over the wall. A nice stack landed, but the Elder Dragon fight from Freljord will be enough. It's a double kill, and it's going to be 4-3 in a really close back and forth. They stop Freljord from getting the objective, but they still win the fight.
Hope hesitating with the engage there. Stop the reset. I think they could have gone for that Sejuani potentially, but they are going to get the tower after they pick up that fight at the Baron. Baron stands tall, so I think we're going to see another engagement around that again, and I believe it will be the next fight before the Elder buff even falls. Should be gone before the next engagement occurs. Duck quite low, but he doesn't have Baron, so he's going to need a reset before this next engage happens.
Alright, so Hope picking up his first kill of the match, actually, at 1-0 and 12 on this Ahri. But yeah, 15-20, we've
so
now...
generous, handing it off to every other team member.
We definitely exploded here in the team fight. Still, Otacon is up 35 minutes in. This is an objective that spawns at 20 minutes, so would be a pretty big pickup, but the XP lead kind of null and void here, 36 minutes into the game. And game 4 here, I mean... Freljord fighting back with everything that they have. They know that their tournament lives are on the line here. And Bassoon looking for the play, gets the flash out of Llewell.
Oh no. We have Bell walking to the bot side. He does not have teleport, but this Baron is up. There are 5 members at this Baron. He cannot show. He realizes and starts walking up. Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, Llewell is going to steal this little Rift Herald. Not Rift Herald.
Yeah, just runs away with it. Gets the
Scuttle Crab. I can't think of... Yeah, it's so late into the game, I can't think of the words anymore.
Yep, it's 4 games of bangers. Take yourself a moment. Llewell picks up the Scuttle, takes the vision away from his team. It's the Baron buff Scuttle, so also helps them to clear it away.
666
quite
stacks.
Well. Yep. I was waiting for that to come through. I saw him at 660, so thank you for calling that out.
332
on the Smolder.
On the Smolder. Quite a few at this point.
Now let's check Cho'Gath just for fun. 10 stacks. That's always when I'm feeling best. That's Cho'Gath's max size if you weren't aware. So as he hits level 16 at 10 stacks, that's the biggest you can get Cho'Gath apart from item buffs or the picking up an elixir. Rupture out, not going to connect. We've got the Baron dance going to continue from both teams. Lowell on the side lane here because he has his
I feel like it
teleport
should be,
available.
yeah, I feel like it is the Baron. Like the Otacon at this point, it does not provide a lot of value. Um,
Not compared to the Baron. Definitely it's going to be the first priority for both of these lineups, as Duck is a juggernaut,
Look at
able to
all this
walk forward
health.
and take lots of damage. Finds a Rupture down on 2, really just 1v3 at the moment. And he's taking a single health bar, and now he's back up to full on the backside of the fight. Bell still scrounging for stacks. His teleport coming up in 39 seconds. Thank you, Chestnut, for pinging that out. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, very sketchy at this point in the game to be support. Only level 12 when you've got level 18s in the game. You are going to be shredded. And when you're playing Shen or you're playing Leona, your ticket is now a one-way ticket. You do not get out, so you've got to make sure that it counts. But Freljord is in onto the objective, and already it is down to below half health. Boxy will not be able to get in here. He's there, though, but this time it's secured by Empro, and the fight goes down. He finds Boxy at the end of it. A gorgeous solar flare into 3-man Rupture. They get the mom across all of them, and it's a double kill. Will it be a triple kill? They're trying to find the Q stacks. It's a shutdown, but it is all 5. It's a triple kill and an ace as the Freljord Frost sweep through the fight, and they're gonna push through the game here. They should be able to win this, right? This should be the end.
Yep, this should be in push. They've got the demolished stacks ready for this inner tower. Tier 3 should be paper to them as 4 push down. They've got a full creep wave. I can't imagine they're going to waste this opportunity that they should be pushing deep here.
A lesson they learned earlier in the season.
11 seconds.
Yeah, when you have the moment
only the
to
level
end the
12
game.
support.
There's nothing that Chestnut will be able to do. This will be the end of the game. They're so high level. They're straight in onto the Nexus. And Freljord Frost gives us a silver scrapes in the quarterfinals. We're going to game 5.